Nairobi, the capital of Kenya, is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. Like many other African countries, it is growing, increasing demands for services such as sanitation, water and waste disposal. This poses a great challenge to the city's authorities. More and more inhabitants are facing environmental degradation and overcrowding. Health hazards are increasing and living conditions are deteriorating. These have rendered parts of the city crowded and almost inhabitable. The rate of unemployment has soared. The non-availability of social services and abject poverty, especially in the slums, have condemned many slum dwellers to a life full of uncertainty. More often than not, it is this dreadful picture about filth that brings a feeling of hopelessness whenever one thinks about slums. A local NGO, Slums Information Development and Resource Centers, SIDAREC, was formed to work in partnership with the Pumwani community to not only address their needs, but talk about their strengths, their heroes, heroines, as a way of telling the untold positive story of the inside of our slums. SIDAREC was formed out of an idea which was aimed at creating a forum for self-expression and building individual self-esteem.
SIDAREC was an idea, and out of that idea, through my initiative and through the support I got from the local youth in Pumwani, we managed to create SIDAREC as a youth group in April 1997. And since then, the organization has grown from a humble youth group, into a structured non-government organization.
As a structured NGO, SIDAREC has worked hand in hand with the community. To encourage participation among all the sectors of the community, SIDAREC organized a series of workshops and initiated programs that would sustain the project. For people living in slum areas, life is a struggle. Jobs are difficult to find, and yet the children have to be fed and clothed. Maurice is among the many Pumwani community members who have benefited from various trainings organized by SIDAREC.
Nilianza hii biashara, shauri hakukuwa na nafasi ya kazi. Sasa niliona kukaa hapa tu bila kazi sio mzuri. Ndio sababu nimeanza hii biashara. Na wakati nimeanza biashara, haikukuwa kubwa vile sasa iko. Nilianza na shilingi 800. Na sasa vile nimekaa, nimeona inasonga kidogo kidogo. Tena wakati nimeenda katika mradi ya SIDAREC ya business education, nimeona utafauti sana.
Winnie is another community member who attended the nutrition training that was organized by SIDAREC, where they taught various ways of preparing different nutritious dishes. After the training, Winnie started preparing samosas, which she sells to the community. The income earned from this venture is used to pay for her children's school fees and cater for other household needs.
Mimi hiyo mradi nimepata kitu kubwa sana. Kwa sababu kama kusema sikuwa najua kupika hii kitu. Na wakati nilienda hapo nilifundishwa nikajua kupika. Na nikaendelea na hiyo biashara. Na nikaona inanisaidia sana. Nilijifunza vile naweza kuendesha biashara yangu na vile naweza kuangalia ni faida gani naweza kuona, vile naweza kuweka faida. Naweza kujua ambao hii kitu inanichoma ambayo inaniinua hivyo.
SIDAREC has shown how people with some support, however little, can change their ways of life. The Kamkunji grounds neighbors the Pumwani slums. When they are not being used for political meetings, many slum dwellers can be seen relaxing here. There are very few social amenities for the Pumwani community. This community hall caters for both the Pumwani population and the other neighboring estates. It is here that SIDAREC has put up a mural with a strong message about AIDS. Theatre and cultural dances are powerful tools of communication. With this realization, SIDAREC youth have capitalized on this to convey important social messages to the community. Apart from theatre and cultural dances, and with the inadequate social amenities in mind, SIDAREC made available indoor games that occupy the youth and keep them away from mischief and idleness. Netball is among other extracurricular activities that the youth are engaged in.
In fact, I would wish them to join us because we never know, maybe tomorrow we might be somewhere else. So what I would encourage them is just them to come, we get together, we play netball. Okay, you know there is a lot of ignorance in our community. So if that ignorance is, if they sideline that ignorance, then I think we can uplift ourselves.
The unplanned settlements have grown beyond control, such that the provision of basic services such as the collection of waste has become impossible. The city council has only been able to take care of 20% of the waste produced in Nairobi.
Nairobi generates about 1,500 tons of waste per day. And we are only able to collect only 20% out of that. It means that 80% of waste that is generated daily is left to lie around in open grounds, behind backyard, and so on and so forth.
Garbage collection and disposal are becoming a major challenge to sustainable urban systems. The garbage in Pumwani slums is collected by the SIDAREC youth, who charge a nominal fee which the community readily pays for this important service rendered by the youth.
Naona ni mzuri, maana sasa siendi kutupa huko nilikuwa nikienda, wanakuja wanachukua kila Alhamisi, Ijumaa na Jumamosi. Ndio ni wengi sana wanataka hiyo, lakini wengine wanashindwa hizi pesa. Wengine mtu hana kazi, hana nini. Haya inashinda.
SIDAREC is planning to start a waste management point where all recyclable waste will be processed and sold off. SIDAREC has brought young single mothers into the project, where they're equipped with skills in tailoring, knitting and handicraft. They have also been trained in marketing skills. This income-generating activity helps sustain them both economically and socially.
Hakika inanisaidia juu kwangu nilikuwa nimekaa, sikuwa nafanya chochote kwangu. Lakini wakati niliingia hapa, naona naweza endelea vizuri kuliko vile nilikuwa.
This group of youth is involved in a venture where they produce shampoo, conditioners and other related products. SIDAREC has trained them in all aspects of skills development to enable them make these ventures viable and profitable.
Kwangu naona ina manufaa sana na pia imesaidia sana vijana mtaani kwa vile walikuwa hawana pa kwenda, hawana la kufanya, ila tu kukaa na kukaa hivyo bila kufanya chochote yaweza leta shida. Kwa hivyo mimi naona ina manufaa sana, kama mimi imenisaidia sana mpaka pale nimefikia. Nimefikia pale hata najiona mimi ni mtu.
The youth have developed a program whereby serious social topics such as AIDS, unwanted pregnancies, drugs and others are recorded on audio tapes, which are in turn played back to the community and feedbacks gathered to judge the impacts of the messages. For development to take place, the free flow of information is necessary. Developing channels of community communication is SIDAREC's priority. The creation of a community magazine for the slums has played a major role in informing the people about important issues around the villages. The entire venture is run by the youth. Education is at the foundation of any successful community. This preschool committee is charged with the responsibility of organizing parents' meetings and ensuring that each parent plays a certain role in the children's education. From the grassroots up, the committee members are now participating in several decision-making processes. Most children in the third world countries are born in poverty and suffer from preventable diseases. Such suffering is considered the inevitable lot to most children born and living in slums. At SIDAREC, the Early Childhood Education and Recreational Program targets children aged between 2 and 6 years from the poorest of the poor families in the area. The daily instructions and guidance are provided by youth volunteers from Pumwani.
ABCD. When I am handling these kids, in the absence of their mothers, I should give what exactly their mothers normally give, because I must show them love. I must make sure that where they are is well secured. When it comes now to teaching, they cannot fear me. We should have that lovely mood.
Presently, there are 150 children under the care of SIDAREC's Early Childhood Education and Recreational Program. These children, who are considered the most needy, are drawn from 5 Pumwani villages of Kanuku, Kiambio, Kitui, Kinyago and Majengo. Due to Pumwani's proximity to the city center, many children easily find their way to the city streets, where they meet the harsh realities of street life. In SIDAREC's Early Childhood Education and Recreational Program, there is an endeavor on the part of the organization to intervene at an early stage to reverse this situation. The parents of these children have come in to supplement the efforts of the youth volunteers by paying some money which covers the cost for the children's porridge which is prepared by a parent volunteer. SIDAREC makes a follow-up on the children's performance. This is usually done by the SIDAREC social workers together with the parents to find ways of helping the children improve.
I make home visits for all children and all parents within the program, and I write case studies for each child, and I make follow-ups of each child, and I write reports on all the parents and all the children, and I open files for them. I'm also involved in a sponsorship program whereby I write letters to people so that they can sponsor our children, and I also link the children with other institutions which are both formal and non-formal.
It is evident here that there is lack of adequate social amenities for the children. With this in mind, SIDAREC organizes guided educational video shows every afternoon and during weekends. A library structure has been set up, and once equipped with books and other reading materials, it will be open for use by all people from the community. At SIDAREC, program implementation is carried out by young people born and brought up in the slums of Pumwani. This brings about the feeling of project ownership to the beneficiaries.
Kusema kweli, SIDAREC imenisaidia sana kwa sababu tangu hapo zamani sikukuwa na uwezo wa kujisimamia mimi mwenyewe. Nilikuwa bado nategemea kuomba kama mzazi wangu, na saa zingine labda ana, lakini wakati niliingia SIDAREC ilianza kunisaidia na kiasi kidogo kidogo ya senti, nikaweza kujisimamia na kujitambua kama mimi.
I come from a very poor background. That's the family that was, can say, broken. And when we came together as SIDAREC, today I can say I'm able to support myself, my family. Here is where I was brought up. My mother was living here in this room here, and today I've moved. I'm living elsewhere, where I can say a bit comfortable. It has enhanced my status in the community, I can say that.
Today, SIDAREC has worked with about 1,000 families who have become partners in this success story. The project has provided an opportunity for the community to breathe a new lease of life. All over, there is a new sense of confidence. At every level, there is hope.